Hi, Judd here. A little addendum to my, I don't know what it is, my modified cornbread. I'm mixing up some new stuff, and I'm going to add a cup of milk and another good handful of potatoes, some sugar, some salt. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, and a good sprinkling of pepper. I had to put it back in the big bowl to mix it up. You can see these black bits in here, and that's the burnt onions. That was the whole smell thing that was going on. Okay, but this is a lot thinner. Now the reason I added all this milk is because my one experience, well, the one thing I'm expert at is pancakes. I'm kind of famous for my pancakes, and I know this thing came out very heavy. Adding the milk makes it much lighter and fluffier. Okay, now this is looking much better as a batter, and I'm going to do up another pancake. Now the original instructions on this, he says to cook it at 180 for 40 minutes in the bake pan, and so I was going to turn this way down to 180 and cook it there. Then it dawned on me, this guy's from Australia, he's talking centigrade. So I looked it up. 180 centigrade is 350, or technically it's like 355 Fahrenheit. So I'm going with 320 on this hot plate, which tends to run very hot. Any questions on this, go see the previous Cooking with Judd video. Okay, I got the pan heated up. I'm gonna get a good hunk of something in here, and boom. And I have panned that, and as you can see, that's running out a lot more than it did. Funny story, the first time I made pancakes, I came home from school for lunch. We used to do that. And you had an hour for lunch. And my mother would never make me pancakes, and I love pancakes, so I decided I'd make my own pancakes. So I read the instructions on the box. I figured out I could do it. And it said, put it in the pan, cook it, and when it turns brown, flip it over. So I sat there and I waited for it to turn brown. More accurately, what you want to look for is this bubbling, when those bubbles start to dry out, sort of, or hold their form. That's when you're good. Not too bad. Whoa, and look at that. Whoa. Okay, tell me you're not hungry. That's looking good. Smelling good. Oh, that looks good. And incidentally, I didn't put anything on this when I ate it, the first one. And you could probably put all sorts of things on it. But it was delicious just as it is. Okay, we'll take a peek at the bottom here. And that's looking pretty good. Let's see, give her a cut here. Sending up smoke signals there. So they're still cooking up inside. So the difference on this one also is it's a lot thicker in the middle than the previous one was. I think we're going to go with this now. Yeah, she's feeling pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Woo! There we go. So there you go, the modified cornbread meal. I'll be back to you in a minute with the always popular taste test. There's our beautiful looking thing. I'm going to go right in the middle, because if there's going to be any hunks of chicken or anything, it's going to be in there. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think I got one right there. The smell isn't too much different. So I guess the smell of the onions is the overpowering thing here. Okay. So there we go. Oh, still hot. Hot, hot. Piece of chicken. Okay. You know, the taste is not changed that much at all, but there's a little bit more of certain accents of it. Interesting. Definitely thinner. I definitely want to get one of them rings to cook them up thicker, or maybe I'll go ahead and throw it in the bake pan. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Oh, but then I don't, yeah, well, I can freeze half of it and put half of it in the bake pan. Yeah, because you can, this is like a nice snack thing. You can have it anytime. I mean, this would serve either as a meal or as a snack at any time. You could go either way with this thing. I mean, it's sweet enough and tasty enough to be a snack, and it's also nutritious enough to be a meal. Everything in here is meal type stuff, you know, potatoes, chicken. Again, the piece of chicken was in there. The chicken really isn't doing anything for it. That's surprising. Maybe beef. I'm trying to taste in my mouth now what this would be like if it was beef. That might be good. Oh, you know what the other thing is? I put cheddar cheese. I put Parmesan cheese on this. I would go with cheddar cheese. That's the other thing I would do. I would go with cheddar cheese next time. Okay? So there you go. Modification to the modified cornbread modification on Cooking with Judd. And have a happy day. Happy day to you. I filled the ring there. And I forgot to turn the camera on. I've overfilled that a bit. So we'll see what happens with that. And I also put some into the glass bowl, and I've got that in the oven, 350 for 30 minutes, and we'll see how that does. We'll see how this does. Both of these are experiments to see how it all works out. So we're experimenting. These are all addendums to the last video. It's been a couple of minutes, and I think I'm seeing signs there that that might be firm enough along the edges to hold its form if I take that ring off, although I still got a lot of liquidy bubbling in the middle. But I don't want to burn the other side totally black. So I'm going to go ahead and take the ring off. Okay, and it kind of looks like I burnt the hell out of the other side. Okay, the other side is well burnt. Basically, that's sort of what I wanted. Only not quite burnt. Take a look at that. Okay, not bad. I think we'll go with it. Okay, boom. There we go. You can see that thing. It's got a nice thickness to it. Let's see. We'll go on this side. Boom, 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 boom. Good. Better this way than as the pancake. It's better to have the thickness. Okay, so that's good. We'll check up on the one I'm baking in the bowl later. Okay, so there we go. And we'll do the toothpick test. Feel a little gooey. I think I might go another 5 minutes. Okay, now it looks like a little well done on the outside. It should be thoroughly cooked on the inside. Yep, that feels good. Okay, we'll let that set for a little bit and see how that is. You can see how thick that is. Okay, there we go. There's the finished, slightly cooled deep dish version. And we'll go ahead and get a hunk of that and see how that is. That looks kind of neat. Wow, yeah. Okay, middle is a little underdone. Or I would like a little more undone, done. So I'll make it thinner. So I'll put this in the glass, the big glass baking pan. Not go as deep with it. And do it at 350 for 45 minutes, and that should be good. But the stuff is still tasty. I'm delighted to have found something so damn tasty that I can eat. So there you go. There's the adventure of the addendums to the addendum modifications and all that stuff, and happy day to you. There's the big pan version. You can see I went a lot thinner with it, and it feels done very nicely all the way through. And it's looking good, it's smelling good. This stuff overall, this has been a great success. This is really tasty stuff, and again, a shout out to Jaiju, who started this whole thing for me, and my commenters who gave me some ideas on where to go with it. Happy day to you. Damn, that stuff is tasty.